Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be closing out my bi-weekly budget for our June 26th paycheck. This is paycheck number 1 of 2 for the month of July as far as our monthly budget goes. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out with you guys, or I'm going to attempt to. Usually I just talk about it. I'm also going to be going over my expense tracker as well because I need those numbers to close out our variable expenses, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about our sinking funds as well. And yeah, so let me go ahead and just get started with our income. So for this month or this paycheck, I decided to do a budget ahead of time versus waiting for my husband to find out what he will be getting paid. So I budgeted his paycheck to be $2,700. I assumed we were going to have $100 left over from the previous budget from last month. We ended up having $126.33 left over, and then my husband did get paid $125 more. So let me go ahead and add those up. So instead of $2,800 that I had budgeted, we ended up with an income of $2,951.53. And then as for our bills, usually as soon as they get paid and when I'm updating our spending, I go ahead and just write it down on here. So that's these totals are already on here. I just got to add them all up. And I believe for Mercury or car insurance, we are still receiving a discount on it. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm okay with the discount. Every little bit helps. So total for our bills is $1,737.07. This was the paycheck where we paid for our rent, so that's why our bills are a little bit heftier or a little bit larger. And I did budget $1,745, so we're off by a couple dollars here. So if I subtract that by our income, or subtract our bill amount from our income, so I'm left with $1,214.46. And originally our budgeted amount that would be left over for our sinking fund and other things here was $1,055. So we did have a little bit more than $200 extra, something like that. So our leftover amount to use for everything else is $1,214.46. So this is where I would go ahead and just add up all of our variable spending here, and we should have something left over as well. So let me go ahead and show you guys our expense tracker for the month so far. I do have a couple post-it notes because, so a couple of these, this one was just making a note. I could actually toss this. Sometimes when I update our spending, some things fall off of our checking account and they come back on again later. So on June 30th, the $65 went missing, and then it came back on July 3rd when we did order this on June 26th. So that's what happened with that. And then this is just a budget recap that I try to do so that I know how much we have left over. Since we're not doing the cash envelope method, I'm doing everything. We put everything all on our debit card. So doing budget recaps, like this one was also a budget recap as well. Just whenever I feel like we did a lot of spending, helps out, so I know how much we have left over, so that hopefully we don't go over. This is just a note that I made an extra Navient payment, I think, so because it doesn't necessarily always get subtracted from our account, so I just want to make sure I made myself a note so that I know I made that payment, because sometimes I tend to forget. So this is our expense tracker. Everything is color coded according to budget categories, so that's why I have these all highlighted. It all makes sense to me, but I personally like to do the highlighting method so I can see where we typically spend the most. And on here, just looking at it, it looks like we have a lot of lines where we did a lot of food spending. Let me go ahead and just add these up, starting with the food, $294.69. So I don't know if I'm gonna put I did give ourselves $300. We typically usually do $250, but we've been going over our food category. I don't know if it's just for the summer because we're doing too much takeout or whatnot, or I don't know, but I decided to just increase it by $50. I am planning to bring it back down to $250 because I think we've been going a little bit crazy. So I'm going to challenge myself next budget to go back to $250. $32.86 for gas. So transportation, 67 and 62 cents. Household, our budget was 35. I think I went over with the house stuff. 1670. Yeah, because we ended up getting something from Home Depot to fix our screen door because it was just my toddler just tore up our screen. So my husband bought something at Home Depot to fix it himself instead of asking our landlord. So yeah, we spent a little bit over there on our household budget. And then for kids, I think we only spent one thing on kids because this time around I did break down the home learning, like school kind of activities instead of just putting it in the kids budget. This time around I wanted to track what it was with learning activities, school things that I was buying for the kiddos. And in case you guys don't know, I have a soon-to-be second grader, and I also have a 3.5-year-old. So I'm trying to have our house a little bit more preschool, school friendly because we do plan to go full on distance learning this fall. So I try to make sure I have a lot of the things that maybe we don't have just yet that the classrooms have. One of them being Play Money. We've actually been using Monopoly money, but I want him to have money that kind of looks similar to real money. So, and coins as well. So then my husband's budget. My husband always spends less. He did try to pack a lunch a lot of the times. This time around instead of eating out. And then for mine, oh man, I don't know if I went over. Hopefully I didn't. Nope. So I allowed myself $35 this time around and I spent $34.01. And then fun and events, I don't think yeah, I did spend a little bit, or a lot, I guess, on Shutterfly for my mom's present that I got from Shutterfly. And that was $40. And miscellaneous, I think we just had one thing. I wasn't sure which category I was going to put this on, but my husband signed up for the 3-month free 3-month thing with Quibi. And I decided to just put it under miscellaneous instead of like utilities or entertainment or whatnot. So that's that. And then homeschool, this one, I really gotta stop saying homeschool. It's not because I'm not full on homeschooling. It's just I'm really trying to get some activities and things for my kiddos so that they have it here since they won't be at school. And I really tried. Oh wait, it's 2 different colors. Totally forgot I had insurance in the same color, so I was adding up the wrong things. So for home learning activities, I was really tempted to tap into our miscellaneous budget because there's this world map that I want to get to put above our shelf or one of our shelves, but I'm going to tell myself I could wait. So we spent $147.46, and I am allowing ourselves $150 this paycheck, and then for our new one, which is going to be tomorrow, July 10th. And then hopefully that will be it. And the rest can just go under our kids' regular budget that I usually have every month. So I believe that is all of our expenses. So I'm just going to go ahead and add it all up. Hopefully I balance out. So we ended up spending with our variable spending $727.60, which is under. We originally had budgeted $855. There's certain budget categories here that usually are less, like our kids' budget we were under budget. My husband was under budget. Miscellaneous is usually under budget, and then some of these it just kind of adds up, so which is nice. I really try to aim for being under budget, but I try not to panic too much if I go over budget. I try to make sure overall, if I am over budget a certain category, to put myself in check and take a look at the overall budget that we set for ourselves and not do any spending within other categories, if that makes sense. So we have a leftover amount of $486.86. And when I set up this budget, I originally didn't plan to make an extra debt payment, but since I knew my husband made a little bit extra money, I went ahead and made an extra payment anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and write, I know I crossed that out, but I'm going to go ahead and write this amount out here where it has the extra debt box right here. So $486.86, and we did pay $200 to one of my student loans. So that should be $286.86 left over. I feel like I'm off. Oh wait, so $286.86 down here to savings. So what I actually have in our checking account, hopefully I balance, so I'm off. So here in our checking account right now, it says we have $244.32. We also do have $20 in cash that I, for some reason, I just forget to count in. But so technically we have $244 plus $20 in cash. So we should have $264.32. And here it says we're supposed to have $286.86. So I'm off by $22.54. So now when I don't balance, this is what I do, is I go back and check my expense trackers and maybe see what I didn't get to include on here. So let me figure this out. $22.54. I think I found it. Okay, so I forgot to add one of the things on here that was from my husband. I accidentally highlighted it with the different colors, so I don't know if that's why I missed it. So let me erase his $74 here. I hear my husband trying to keep my 3-year-old inside the room with him so that I can film. We'll see if he makes it out here. So hopefully you guys like this style of filming where it's kind of like live. I'm doing this. You guys can kind of see me actually close out my budget and what it looks like. I don't know. I always feel like I'm going to mess up, which I did right now. So it's okay. That's what whiteout's for. 147.46. So it should be $7.50 here and 14 cents minus 1214. So it should be $464.32. And I think this should make sense. Oh, I hear crying in the background. Okay, so $464.32. Or $64.32 minus 200. I don't know why I needed to add that up or use a calculator for that, but 32. Okay, so a lot of whiteout. I should actually really start using my erasable pens, like the friction pens that I see fellow YouTubers use. So $264.32, which should pretty much balance, because in our checking account right now we have $244.32 plus I have $20 in cash, so it balances. Yay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now with this amount, so I know I have $20 in cash, and in my checking account I only have $244. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do it after I film. I'm just going to write it in here. So today is the 9th, right? Yeah, today's the 9th, Thursday. I'm going to transfer to savings number 1, which is our EF, or emergency fund, sorry. So savings, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer out 240. I know I could have done this in advance, but there's something about I don't like to see my account go really, really low. I even don't even, I still want to leave that $4.32 actually. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at 240. So that way I'll have $4.32 left over in that account. So here, I'm going to go ahead and put down 240, and then I should have a leftover amount of $24.32. And then usually what I do from there is I'll make a little arrow and say, oh, this is where I don't like spirals, but I'm still able to write, so I shouldn't complain. So $24.32, I should say that I have $20 is in cash, and then the $4.32 is in the checking account. That way I know that we balance. So that $4.32 is going to be moved over to our July 10th paycheck, which now I can remove this paper clip. And the reason why I have the paper clip on there is because there's so many of these paycheck bill trackers, which works well if you have a lot of paychecks that you want to break down, but I only use 2. So let me go ahead and paper clip this back. And then I'm going to go ahead and film a separate video for the July 10th paycheck, because I'm going to also be setting up our sinking funds, which I want to talk about here really quick. After, I want to show you guys my little brain dump. I do have a notebook separate from like what I use for planning, just because I want to get thoughts down. So I have this little notebook where I write down a lot of very, very messy thoughts, just so whatever I have in mind, I just go ahead and write it down, and then I finalize it in my planner. Sometimes my planner still gets messed up, but that's okay. So this is what I have had come up with as far as sinking funds go. I haven't really done sinking funds in cash before. I've just really left our short-term savings, miscellaneous savings that we use whenever we need to in our savings account. So which is separate from our emergency fund. So this time around, I am going to be pulling some cash for certain categories that we're saving for, except for my son's dental. So for Hawaii, this is our goal to have, and then our date and a number of paychecks that we have until this date. So all of these have a goal date, except for fun and events. Recently, I have been going over the fun and events category because there's been a couple of unexpected birthdays and events like baby showers and stuff that that I didn't think was going to happen because of the social distancing, but our family ended up having like a like that drive-by party kind of thing. So yeah, so I want to always have $200 kept away just in case, so I don't have to tap into or break our budget, and we have that as a cushion. I'll go over more of this in detail when I set up my sinking fund, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I have. So 6 total categories that I'm going to be saving up for, the goal amount, the number of paychecks, and then the date of when I want it to be complete, or the goal to be complete. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this budget recap or budget closeout with me. Hopefully you guys found this a little bit helpful, and to kind of give you some insight on how I close out my budget, or my weekly budget. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.